Hey, I'm Janet Stone, and welcome to a small meditation. This meditation is going to focus on reconnecting with the five elements that we are made of, that we live in. It is so easy in this time to disconnect, to think that we're just a machine of attention to give toward duties, responsibilities, scrolling, drama, news. And this for me is really imperative to come back. Remember that I'm made of earth and soil and water and the fire from the sun and from the air and from the space, and the perfect balance of all of those. And I know that in this body and in this modern time, it gets pulled off and I get out of balance. So maybe you do too. And in that case, come have a seat and join me. We'll find just a moment, if you're willing, to close your eyes and rest yourself in the sensation of this body, this one today, not the one you've had before, not the one you're going to have later, but this very body. Find this container. Find its bones, its skin, the sensation of the air, the muscles, internal organs. As we find ourselves here, we simply find the breath that is naturally coming and going. No force, just noticing. This soft witness of breath coming and going. Notice it coming in through the nose and out through the nose. Notice the nostrils, which are what directly connects with the world around. On that inspire, on that inhalation, the sensation at the very tip of the nostrils, and as it starts to move up, and bring attention to the sensation deep in the nasal passages. As that breath comes in a little bit deeper, and trace it in as far as your mind's eye can trace it, descending down the bronchioles, eventually into lungs, deep into the lung sacs, way at the base of the lobes of the lungs. And then as it empties out and the lungs compress, and breath moves back up through bronchioles, trachea, out through the nasal passages, out through the nostrils. And the nose represents the smell, represents the element of earth. And so in each round now, as that breath comes and goes, that I, almost as if I can smell what that fresh soil smells like, or sand, or if you dig down near roots of a tree, digging even deeper mycelium into the fungi, you know that smell. So if we can draw that into our awareness, that our bones, our body are made from the power of earth, the strength of billions of years of evolution, the crust of this earth. Feel the strength of your bones, your teeth. Slowly, let's bring attention to the lips and then moving from the lips into the teeth, the gums, into the palate and the tongue. Tension to the sides of the tongue, tension to the sensation of the root of the tongue, side walls of the mouth. Cavity, the concavity up in the roof, the way the tongue can soften and relax. Subsequently, the throat softens and relaxes. Maybe notice the sensation of the moisture, the salivation in the mouth. The mouth is associated to apas, to water, the water element. So that fluidity, we are approximately 60 to 70% water. Our system thrives and survives from the flow of water. Maybe from that softness in the mouth, you feel that blood flowing, pumping out, pumping back in. That all the communication that happens to keep us alive is on the flow of water. Maybe imagine yourself connected to your favorite body of water. It might be warm, might be cool, might be a river, a stream, or an ocean wave. Water is always going to make its way. From here, slowly bring attention to the eyes. Behind the eyelids and the whole ocular cavity, soften the eyes. The eyes being an extension of the brain. The eyes being the home of fire, light, perception, piercing. So for a moment, we can still see that fire. It's flickering, but it's not raging. It's as if as we soften that whole ocular cavity, we soften the scalp, the skull. For a moment, no misperception. We can see ourselves, this moment, clearly. Earth through the nose, water through the mouth, fire through the eyes. We move to the skin, the whole surface of this body. Noticing the sensation of maybe your shirt, of the air, whatever is resting upon your body, whatever you're sitting on. The hair follicles. Skin represents value the air, quality of air. Can you feel that connection to this life force that is invisible but all around us? Allows us to be here. Softening the skin from the armpits, the inner fingers, behind the knees, between the toes, the arches of the feet, ankles. Softening the skin on your whole back body. Moving attention to the ears. First, the outer ears, the sensation that you might feel in the outer ears. So little awareness of these things that sit on the side of our heads, and then trace that attention inward. Try to find that space within the ears, first the outer ears, and trace it all the way inward. Again, as far as a mind's eye allows you. Maybe you can hear the breath as it washes in and washes out, listening deeply to your inner voice. Soften the ears, the inner ear. We hone our capacity to hear, to listen carefully, inward and out. Ears are the home of akasha, of ether, of space. All that holds the other elements. We can imagine the context of the galaxies, the universes, that expanse beyond the expanse, beyond the expanse, what it holds, all the moving planets, black holes, vast expanses. And we are made of all of that. Hands come to prayer at the heart, that we meet ourselves as an expression of all of these elements, as integrated and balanced as possible. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the senses to reconnect to the planet we live on. For a moment, disconnect from all the things that distract us. Thank you for coming on this journey.